at an electric show, and one of the stories I want to tell you right now, hopefully quickly, is about how the band started. I was bartending and I was going to UMass and I was working construction, and I also booked some shows at the famous club that we had. I'm sure you've all heard of CBGB's in New York, but in Boston we had a better club. It was called The Rat, and if there's any massholes in the audience, you know. And it was historic, and it was there for a long time. To tell you how old it was, my mother, true story, had her first drink there ever with a fake ID when she was 15, right? So there's a lot of history in my family, and The Rat was very good to the Dropkick Murphys. And so this kid I worked with, bartending, said, hey, you're involved in music, and you're always talking about starting a band, which I was, but just, you know, for a joke in the basement or whatever. He said, my band has a show in 3 weeks, I dare you to open for us. And being the degenerate gambler that I am, I said, you gotta bet, you son of a bitch! And then I left there and realized that I don't know shit about music, and we tried to figure it out. But anyway, we won the bet, and here we are 26 years later, right? In those 3 weeks, we had to come up with a band name. And something that you probably don't know about a lot of the original members, and some of us now as well, we were all in our early 20s, and we all happened to have been given the gift of sobriety and turned our lives around, because as teenagers we were all nuts, right? We were killing ourselves, and we were sober, and all these old guys that were helping us turn our lives around kept saying, I was in Dropkicks, I went to Dropkick Murphys, he took me to Dropkicks, he did a month in Dropkicks. I'm like, what the hell is that? It's a cool name. Turns out it was in the 1950s, pre-fancy rehabs. There was this guy, John Dropkick Murphy, and he used to train fighters, and he also would help people taper down from alcohol. And he used to give them like horse tranquilizers, formaldehyde. People would die there all the time. It was very primitive. We loved the name, so when we started the band, we called it Dropkick Murphys. Our first show, we were silk screening our own shirts, and all these kids at the Rat at the all ages matinees would buy them, and they'd come back the next week and go, what the hell is this place? Old guys keep stopping me on the street everywhere asking how I got it or where I got it. So that's the story behind the band. And sometimes when our lyrics for the ear of the beholder, but a lot of times people take our lyrics as being like, yeah, pro-drinking anthems. A lot of them are about the horrible shit that alcohol did to us. But that's the funny thing about the Irish. You could write the most depressing song about trouble. It could be famine, it could be death, and yeah! Which is cool, right? So, anyway, but the reason I say that is because when we were going through the lyrics, this next song caught my attention because the tagline in the chorus said, never get drunk no more. And I like that. And he wrote it as a duet, and I want to ask someone who's on Team Sobriety with us, Miss Jamie Wyatt, to come out here and sing it for you. The lovely